Hear me when I call, O God of my righteousness. You have relieved me in my distress. Have mercy on me and hear my prayer. How long, O you sons of men, will you turn my glory to shame? How long will you love worthlessness and seek falsehood? Selah. But know that the Lord has set apart from himself him who is godly. The Lord will hear when I call to him. Be angry and do not sin. Meditate within your heart on your bed, and be still. Selah. Offer the sacrifices of righteousness, and put your trust in the Lord. There are many who say, who will show us any good? Lord, lift up the light of your countenance upon us. You have put gladness in my heart, more than in the season that their grain and wine increased. I will both lie down in peace and sleep. For you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. Amen. That is Psalms 4, a psalm of David. David in this psalm was dealing with a lot of struggles. But in his struggles, notice what he says, hear me when I call, O God of my righteousness. Notice he refers to God, God of my righteousness. He knew that he could not approach God in his righteousness, but had to approach God in his righteousness. And that's true with us today. We approach God through Jesus Christ in his righteousness. And notice he said, you have relieved me in my distress. I was in great distress, Lord, and you relieved me. And he continues to say, have mercy on me and hear my prayer. Hear my prayer. And David goes on and continues his prayer. He sees the evil that surrounds him, and he cries out to the Lord. And in all of this, he sees the Lord's faithfulness to him in his time of stress. Of course, verse 8 I love. I will both lie down in peace and sleep. For you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. Psalms 4, I was reading this little book. See if you can see it. 1 year book of Psalms. Very good book. And on Psalms 4, it had some interesting comments. Said St. Augustine, probably the greatest of all the church fathers, said Psalms 4 should be sung aloud before the whole world as a testimony of the peace God gives in the midst of both inward and outward trouble. Amen. You know, we're all going through, and we all struggle with troubles right now. There is no such thing as a stress-free life. That's a myth. We all struggle with stress, and many of you who are listening to this video right now, I know you have problems. You may be having problems with an illness or disease. You may be having family problems, marriage problems. You may be a young person having problems at school in living out the Christian life, or maybe you're in college and you're struggling with the same peer pressure. How do I live the Christian life when so much worldliness is around me and so much temptation? Or maybe you're struggling just to pay your bills. Maybe you're out of work. I don't know. But we all, each and every day, have problems that we're struggling with and we need help. Well, David here says that he was going through some hard times and he turned to God in prayer. And I want to encourage you to pray Psalms 4. Pray it in your times of distress. Martin Luther, this little book said, this was one of his favorite psalms, and Luther asked that a composer put the final verse of this psalms to music so that it could be sung at his funeral. Of course, I already read that, I will both lie down in peace and sleep. For you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. Luther wanted people to know that it was God who gave him the assurance of his salvation, that you didn't have to worry about where he was at because of his trust in Jesus Christ. Read this. Pray, not read it. Pray it. Pray this psalm. Pray it several times. Apply it to yourself. Look at it from, your perspective. You can look at it from David and his troubles that he's describing that he has, but then meditate upon it. Think upon it. How does it apply to you? Pray it. Personalize the Psalms 4. And pray to God to help you in whatever stress or problems you're having. May God be with you today and every day. God bless you all. Amen.